Hey guys, Valentine's Day is in a few days, and I don't have a Valentine. But at least I have the Valentine Showcase in Battles 2. Am I right? No? Okay. But in all seriousness, this Valentine's Showcase will be in the shop for 5 more days. And if you do plan on purchasing it, make sure that before you purchase it, you click the creator support button right here and enter code Boltrix. And oh yeah, click confirm too. And by the way, if you don't want to specifically use my creator code, at least enter somebody's creator code, because using their code directly supports them, because a certain portion of your purchase goes directly to that creator. Okay, now let's get into the video. The strategy that you're currently seeing on your screen, Super Monkey, Smudge Cat, Ice, Village, is the best late game strategy in Battles 2. And we're going to be showcasing this strategy in today's video, because I'm not kidding you guys when I say this, it's really not even close. This strategy is the real deal. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Oh my goodness, our opponent's going to be starting off with the Dartling Gunner as their first one power tower. Nobody ever uses that tower. But we instead are going to be starting off with the good old Ice Monkey and also Smudge Cat. I'm super excited for today's video, by the way, because this is by far the best late game strategy of all time thus far in Battles 2's history. And it's truly not even close in comparison to any other strategy out there, right? And by the way, our opponent ended up getting the first blood on us, but it truly does not matter at all, because with having our hero Smudge Cat, not only is her level 10 mob hacks ability absolutely absurd, because once you hit level 20 with her, she can instantly destroy the insides of even up to BADs, which is super OP. But on top of that, once she hits level 10, she has the ability to regen lives, plus 9 lives to be exact, every other round. So although we happen to leak down 127 lives, we can easily just regen those back and be on par with the life count. Because if you guys aren't aware, in Battles 2, depending on what your life count is at the end of round 40, the game could quite possibly end. And what I mean by that is, if your opponent technically has more lives than you, they will win the game if round 40 hits and ends. So that's why it's kind of important to have a tower slash hero that can regen your lives if you plan on leaking a few because of greeting during the other game rounds, or if you're just not confident in your early game defenses, mid game defenses, literally just the whole 9 yards. It's also just nice to have a hero slash tower that has the ability just to be safe, because sometimes you don't know if you're gonna leak or not, you know? So that is why we have Smudge Cat, and 2, she's the goated freaking late game hero, and of course, I'm trying to show you guys the best late game strategy. And oh, by the way, when it comes to that life advantage that I was talking about as well, if we happen to regen our lives and we have more than 150 and our opponent stays at 150, so let's say like we regen up to like 200 lives, for example. Although we would have 50 more lives than our opponent, it's still technically the same. So as long as you have at least 150 lives and your opponent could have like 1,000 lives, it's technically the same, and you'll go past round 40 into sudden death. And by the way, it's round 12 here, so I'm actually gonna go for another ice. This ice right here is upgraded to a 024. This ice, though, we're gonna be upgraded to the top crafts path, okay? But we're once again gonna be going with the icicles upgrade, because in case you haven't known, the icicles upgrade is why we are fully able to defend right here, right now. But if we go with the top cross path, not only do we have the ability to pop lead balloons, but also camo balloons, okay? I highly doubt that our opponent is going to be rushing us, so that's why we have pretty minimal defenses as of right now. And this is why we're also going to go for a bottom path village. Now, the reason why I'm going for the bottom path village is because we get more money from sending eco if we go for the Monkey Town slash Monkey City upgrades. And on top of that, we are in the game mode Play of Fire, and in this game mode, you get double the amount of money that you would normally get from just simply sending eco. So pure eco strategies absolutely shine in this game mode, which is why we are using a pure eco strategy. And what I mean by that is that we cannot make money in any way, shape, or form other than through ecoing, okay? So technically I'm wrong about that, actually, because we could make money through the Monkeyopolis, but it is a small fraction to the amount of money in comparison that we're going to be making from our eco game. And by the way, I'm going to be going for a Super Monkey right here. We're actually going to be upgrading this, I guess. Should we upgrade this to a Sun Avatar? Yeah. I'm going to upgrade this to a Sun Avatar, because this could actually be our eventual true Sun God spot. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it being right there, because like this ice is technically in a maybe better spot for the true Sun God, but I think this Super Monkey is still in a decent spot. We're going to go for the MIB village right here. On top of that, have jungle drums, and now we should be good to constantly eco with the purple balloons. Now, the reason why I went for the MIB right here is because this Super Monkey, the Plasma Blast specifically, does not have the ability to pop purple balloons. But if you go for an MIB village within the range of that Super Monkey, the MIB grants every monkey within the range the ability to pop all balloon types, aka purple balloons. Okay, so we know now that we are able to fully eco with purples, and we're going to be fully fine because in this game mode, whatever I send at my opponent also gets sent back over on my side. So if I'm sending my opponent constant purple eco, I'm getting sent that same exact purple eco. So if I ever end up rushing my opponent, we will get sent that same exact rush. So essentially, we need to make sure that we can defend whatever we send at our opponent. But let's just go for the Sun Avatar now. From the last video, because I used the Super Monkey in my last video, y'all told me the Sun Avatar, without even having an MIB village, has the ability to pop purple balloons, which I did not know. So first of all, thank you for letting me know. But just remember, before that, the Plasma Blast and also Laser Blast upgrade, those do not have the ability to pop purple balloons. But we want to make sure that we're constantly ecoing as well with purples throughout the entirety of this game pretty much, because although purples don't technically give you as much eco as, let's say, rainbow balloon sends, purple balloons are the fastest balloons, however, in Battles 2. So that means per second, I am able to send technically more sets of purple eco rather than rainbow eco. So per second, I end up making more eco with sending purple balloons. Hopefully that kind of sort of makes sense. And the same goes with any other balloon as well, because again, purples are the fastest balloon in Battles 2 by a landslide. So you make the most amount of eco / money from sending purple eco. And by the way, we haven't even talked about the rest of our strategy, but of course, let's start off with the Super Monkey. Now, I think everybody could agree and already knows this. The Super Monkey is by far the best late game tower of all time in Battles 2. It's truly not even close. The only issue is with the Super Monkey is that it happens to also be the most expensive tower in Battles 2. So that is why in like normal casual / ranked, it's very, very hard to use the Super Monkey at times since it's just so expensive. But again, with us being in play with fire, we make double the amount of money from just normally sending eco, which is why we have what, almost 15,000 eco, and it's only round 25 right now, and $200,000 on hand. So because we just have an absurd amount of money, the Super Monkey really isn't an issue and is really easy to use in this game mode. So we can go for some fantastic upgrades like the True Sun God, which DPS wise is the best upgrade ever. We can also go for the Legend of the Night, which spawns a black hole for 7 seconds at the exit of the map, meaning we can leak literally anything and that black hole we eat up. Yes, even BADs. And on top of that, the anti-balloon. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the anti-balloon is not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite tier 5 upgrade for the Super Monkey, but it's still pretty good and definitely still one of the best tier 5 upgrades in all of Battles 2. The next tower we have within our strategy is the village. Now with having the village, we can get more money from going with the bottom path upgrades from sending eco, which is super, super nice. We can also go for the primary expertise in order to buff our primary towers within our strategy, which the only primary tower that we have is the Ice Monkey, but it's still nice that those can be buffed. But the most important reason why we are using the village is because of the homeland defensibility. And the homeland defensibility in this game is just absolutely insane. It buffs every single tower on your freaking map, and it's just essential to a real and true late game strategy. And then finally, we have the Ice Monkey, which in my opinion is the best support tower in Battles 2. And some may argue that it's not necessarily a support tower, but in my eyes it is, because all the tier 5 upgrades, in my opinion, they're not really there for necessarily the damage, but more for the supporting abilities. And by the way, let's just make sure that we can defend here. Just quickly went for a Dark Champion, okay? Because I've just been trying to explain everything. But yes, the Super Brittle can debuff all mob class balloons, making all mob class balloons a little bit weaker. Therefore, your towers will have a lot easier of a time popping them down. We can also go for the Icicle Impale, which can help us against DDTs, although I don't think DDTs are truly going to be a problem in regards to this strategy. And then finally, the Absolute Zero. Now, the Absolute Zero ability buffs all ices on the map, which is nice, but the Absolute Zero upgrade is part of the middle path upgrades, and with having the middle path upgrades, we can freeze the water on this map. Thus, we can set down even more Super Monkeys. and that is pretty nice. So obviously the strategy sounds absolutely insane. Let's finally get to upgrading, because I've just been explaining so many freaking different things, not really focusing too much on this game. You know what I'm going to do, by the way? I'm going to go for the super range upgrade, because I plan on upgrading to the epic range, and I just want to make sure that this dark champion right here is within the range of the sun avatar, because we will be sacrificing it, because we're trying to go for a max sacrifice true sun god. But we only have 3 monkey categories within our strategy, okay? So it's not like we can go for anything crazy in battles too, like a vengeful true sun god, because we don't even have monkey knowledge in this game too. But with going for the vengeful as well, you have to have max sacrificing from each and every single monkey category. But in battles 2, you could only have 3 different towers within your strategy. Therefore, you can only have a max of 3 different monkey categories, which with this strategy we do. We have the magic category with having the super monkey, support category with having the village, and then the primary category with having the ice. So in order to have max sacrificing from each and every single category, we have to make sure that from each and every single category we have at least $50,000 worth of sacrificing. So in regards to the magic category, we have 50k worth of sacrificing with having the star champion. And note, this has to be within the range of the sun temple that you will be upgrading to, which it is. With the support category, just go for a homeland defense, because that is easily worth 50k worth of sacrificing. And then for the primary category, just go for an icicle impale, and we can actually just sell this ice right here, and then an absolute 0 on top of an icicle impale, easily worth 50k worth of sacrificing. So let's go for the sun temple right here right now. Boom, bada, ping, pow, bam. Now since we cross path this though with the middle path, doesn't technically have camo detection right now, okay? So let's just quickly go for a radar scanner village. Although I say quickly, I was really slow to putting that down. I'm also going to go for the jungle drums though. Let's actually just go for a homeland defense once again, because we have to do all that sacrificing once again to have max sacrificing for the true sun god. So you have to sacrifice twice, if that kind of makes sense. So pretty much we're just going to be going for these same exact upgrades. Let's just go for that dark champion right there. Again, the homeland defense, and I'm going to go for a super brittle and also an icicle impale this time around, just to be safe, because with having this sun temple and having max sacrifice with the support category, it makes upgrades a bit cheaper. Therefore, I'm not sure if the icicle impale and absolute 0 is technically worth 50k. And we just have an absurd amount of money right now. I mean, we have over $1 million, 31,000 eco, so it's okay for us to go for a super brittle instead. But we could just go for the true sun god right here, right now, since now it's only worth $400,000. And again, we have over $1 million. So let's just do that right here, right freaking now. Let's also make sure that we do not forget to go for the epic range. And look at the map freaking covers that we have with the true sun god. Let's actually clear the obstacle up here as well before I forget that. And again, I would like to have a radar scanner village so that this true sun god doesn't die to camo reds. Okay, you can't even send camo reds right now, but you get what I mean. Let's not forget to also upgrade to the jungle drums so that this true sun god right here has a constant jungle drums buff on it as well. And let's get to also freezing the water. Now, I'm going to cross path these snowstorms with the bottom path just to have that extra range, so we can freeze as much water as possible. And all towers within the range of this max sacrifice true sun god are discounted a ton. So for example, let's like go for a super monkey right over here. And if we upgrade to the sun avatar, it's $13,500, where I think originally it's either 14,000 or 15,000. So you definitely want to make sure that you're setting down as many towers as possible within the range of the true sun god. By the way, it's round 40 here. ZLMG spawns in. And if you don't know, so Battles 2 AI, it is the same AI in BCD6. You just have to times the round by 2. So round 40 is round 80 in BTD6, if that kind of makes sense, which is why there was only a singular ZOMG. But I truly have got to focus on like putting down these defenses. Like I've been super slow with doing this. So yeah, I'm going to focus on that. But we're going to cross path all these sun avatars, by the way, with the middle cross path to have that extra range, because that range is just nutty. We're actually gonna go for a support temple over here as well. So okay, it's gonna no wait, let's just sell those ices right there. Let's go for the support temple, and this can actually buff the true sun god even more if we have a support temple right here. And a support temple just has max sacrificing from the support category. Okay, so I'm not sure if that messes up if it has sacrificing from any other category, so that's why I sold the ice right there. But nonetheless, we got it up. And it's round 49 here. I'm really late to send down everything, okay? So I do apologize, but nonetheless, we're sending down these super monkeys. Now, we don't want this game to end The second that we both pop down the BAD, okay, he's rushing us. That's fine. So let's just get to upgrading then. Let's also go for a homeland defense. Let's use that boost. Okay. Moab Hex as well. Perfect. Because that can instantly destroy the insides of some BADs. I think he's going to die to his own rush, though. And we don't even have some of these super monkeys upgraded, which is pretty crazy. But let's see, let's see, let's see. They're in the range of the super brittle now. Look at the shred, guys. Oh, I didn't even tower boost.
Bruh.
Oops. I did not even tower. Oh, yeah, he's dead. He's 100% dead. How many pops? 5.2 million pops for the True Sun guy. We were able to also fully defend without even upgrading all of our super monkeys. That is absurd, guys. We had Legend of the Night as well in case we needed the black hole, but we just absolutely shredded that rush, and that is in fact a GG, and that is also why this strategy is by far the best late game strategy. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out this video where this new tower combination will shock you, but not in the way that you think. So if you haven't already, go make sure to check it out.